The Skoda Kodiaq was introduced in India back in 2017 and was officially discontinued this year in February with last 6 units sold in India. I'm Shazil, you're watching ET Auto, and this is the second generation of the Skoda Kodiaq. From the front, it might be mistaken for the first generation because the front end is the part that has been touched least by the Skoda, but the changes start here. Skoda has made changes in the existing platform and made the car 59 longer, which gives it more interior space and more boot space. The wheels are 18 inches, the tires are from Hankook and have these plastic covering on them. I'm not a huge fan of. You tell us in the comments how do they look like. And the ground clearance is 155 laden. The rear is where the Skoda Kodiaq has changed a lot. The C-shaped tail lamp Skoda India tells us will be easily recognizable during the night. And you have the Skoda lettering here, the logo is gone. The top of the line Lauren and Clement and the Sport line are the only two variants introduced by Skoda this time around. The LNK variant has more dark chrome bits and the Sport line, being the more sportier version, has more black bits. Also, the design of alloy wheels in both the variants is different. The interiors is something that you would expect from a premium Skoda car. This time around, we've got these smart dials in the center that Skoda is trying to emphasize on. These are extremely tactile, very nice to operate, and they've got the screens in center which can be customized, and then the same function can be accessed through these dials. And to give the central console a more seamless look, they've introduced these shutters to open them. We've got space for not just one but two phones to charge wirelessly. There's also some storage space here, good amount of cup holder space. The front seats are electronically adjustable. They've got memory function in them, and also first time in this segment, massage functionalities with 8 different massage patterns. The Sport line comes with Alcantara seats instead of leather. I'm 5'7", I've adjusted the driver's seat as per my height, and I've got generous amount of space in the second row. This time around we've got tablet holders here. We have good amount of practical storage spaces here, cup holders in the center, deep side pockets that can store a lot of things. Will not recommend all the grown-ups to even try to sit in the third row. This is only for kids, that too maybe below 8 years, and to put in your luggage space, that's it. The grunt from this 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine that produces 320 Nm of torque and over 200 horsepower will tell you that it is adequately powered, although it's a bit noisy. On the safety front, the car comes with 9 airbags, and an interesting bit which is the car is ADAS hardware equipped, but the software currently is not present as Skoda hasn't been able to crack it, and they're still figuring out how to go about things in India, and they're not sure when it will be introduced in the car. The steering is not extremely light, it has a little weight to it even in the city speed limits, but that's good, it's kind of engaging. And talking about engaging, the noise that I was talking about you get from engine is all, I mean, in the world of EVs, it adds to the overall driving experience. I like it. The brakes are also good. They have a good bite and gives you a command over the car, gives you confidence. And the suspension ride quality is also very decent. Haven't checked it off-road yet, but we'll do that later. And overall, the Kodiaq is a vehicle you will enjoy driving around your family in, and also on the spirited driving trips on the weekends. So in the segment where the Jeep Meridian, MG Gloster, Toyota Fortuner and the soon to be introduced Volkswagen Tiguan R line will coexist, will you choose the Skoda Kodiaq over them? Let us know in the comments. Till then, keep watching ET Auto.